Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So with the popularity of leagues and people getting into RS3 through the league gameplay, I'm just going to throw out a little money making video with some base level easy money making methods. Just in case people want to create accounts or start fresh in Runescape 3, these are some great money makers to get started with very little to no requirements, which will make you some pretty decent GP. So in terms of this video, we're going to be doing roughly 3 money making methods. I might squeeze another one in depending on how the video rolls out. The first 3 money making methods should roughly make you 5 mil plus per hour, and then the other one is an absolute base level starting straight off a tutorial, which should roughly bring in 1.5 to 2 mil for a little bit of starter cash. Now, the 3 methods which we're going to start with first all will need a little bit to start off and maybe a few little levels or a quest here and there, but they are nothing massive. Like, these are stuff you would want to do starting your account up anyway, and just to get the ball rolling. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first one we're going to start with is something which I would recommend every account to currently do at the minute, and that is to make ultra compost. So to make ultra compost, all you need to do is to buy this Infernus Pyroclast, which at the minute is pricey for what it should be, but the price of ultra compost at the minute has gone crazy. So because of that, that's why it's gone up so high. Now, Infernus Pyroclast only comes from Zami really, it's not really brought into the game anywhere else, so it can be slightly higher in price, but that's why I would always say check the margins to see where it is, and hopefully you can get a decent sell price. So as you can see here, by checking the margin, we've saved ourselves 2,000 coins anyway. So 4.5k is the slow buy, which I would recommend you guys doing, and 6.7 is the insta buy. So not only have we found a pretty decent flip, 2.2k for a flip on this kind of item, which you can buy a total of 500 per hour is a bit meh. So what you basically want to do is to go and buy 1,000 of that Infernus Pyroclast and just go to any compost bin in the game. So luckily for me, I have 1,000 bought because this is such a good money making method, and every 24 hours you can do this. And if I was to recommend someone who's looking to play through gameplay, buy a bond, I would do this method every day because you should roughly make around 5 mil, probably more if the Pyroclast can be bought for a decent price per day, and by just doing this method. And simply all you need to do is use your Infernus Pyroclast on the compost bin, wait 24 hours, and then it will turn into ultra compost. So we're going to put 1,000 in. I might already have 1,000 already in. I had some in, and then once it's ready, you check the content, and there you go, 1,000 ultra compost is readily available. Then you pretty much run back and forth to the leprechaun, bank in the compost, withdrawing the buckets, and just run back and forth. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a really annoying thing to do. It's probably going to take you like 20-25 minutes to do the full 1,000. But once you've done that, for 20 minutes to 25 minutes work, you would have made roughly about 5 mil cash. We'll go and check the price of the ultra compost really quick, but people do buy it. And it is probably the first way I would suggest to people to make money if they're looking to either sort of like expand their bank value, or if they're going to pay their membership for a bond. So the price for the ultra compost is GE price 9.9k. If this is slightly over mid, it's going to be even better. So yeah, 9.9k that's instant bought for. And if we sell it as well, what price will it sell for? 9.6. So yeah, if you could get it for this price here, if you get it for 4.5k, you're going to be making roughly 5.3 mil per bucket. And if Infernus Pyroclast especially goes under, if you can get it closer to the Grand Exchange mid price or anything below, it's just going to be more and more profit. But this is a method which requires no levels. All you need to do is have a little bit of cash ready to start to go and do this. And you don't need 1,000, even if you just do 100. It is on a timer, so it will need to be a couple of hours to process into ultra compost, but it will still do it. And whether you do that and then buy more Infernus Pyroclast on the next go, make more compost, sell it, and then buy more and more and more, that is a really good way. But this is a totally AFK method. You throw it in a compost bin and you leave it. So the next one we're going to have a look at is going to be Stonewall segments. And this is, for me, one of the best starter sort of methods to make cash, and we'll show you why, but I think it's worthwhile having a look at the price of Stonewall segments. So over mid price at the minute, just over 11,000 coins, which is very nice. It just means you're going to make more profit. Now, there's a few things you can do for this. You can either buy some limestone. So the limestone is going to come in at a price of just over 1,000 coins if it buys. Again, limestone is actually a pretty decent method to mine. It goes under the radar a lot because there's another way to buy limestone, but like to go and mine it is pretty decent. So 1.8k for that. So we're going to go head to foot from free because that's where the stone cutter is, and that's where you go and make these Stonewall segments. And to do this, you do need to do new foundations, but new foundations is such a rewarding early quest Basically, you get 50 construction for free because you assemble your fort. And the fort is the #1 skilling station in all of RS3. It's where everyone, especially on the portable world, will skill and all the bonuses will be. So the investment you might need to do into Fort for Free to get the quest done is going to be paid off tenfold. Now, not only that as well, Big Bill, who you see in the quest, will sell you 250 limestone bricks for 21 GP each. Now, this is a way to basically, for a very low amount of cash, like I think it's something like 500 coins, you can buy 250 of those limestone bricks. You can either sell them on the Grand Exchange, or you can put them into Stonewall segments. Now, you're going to need 4. 4 limestone bricks are going to make a Stonewall segment. So you're going to roughly spend about 6.4k to make one, and you're going to sell them for 11.1-ish. So you're going to make about 4.5k profit per Stonewall segment. However, with the 250 you can buy for 20 GP each, you are basically going to be making a decent whack of profit. You're going to be making something like 60-ish Stonewall segments, which is going to come at 11k. You're going to make 600 odd k for free if you did this every day of buying out the limestone bricks and then turn them into wall segments. And then you can use that profit to go and buy some more limestone bricks on the Grand Exchange and keep making Stonewall segments. Why are you level 50 construction? Because you just unlocked Fort for Free. The XP from like making Stonewall segments is actually not that bad. So a very, very good method. It's actually not at its best. I've seen Stonewall segments go up to something like 14k each, and that is really good profit, as well as the limestone bricks being around 1,000 coins. But if you're looking for a very different type of mining money-making method as well, mining limestone is actually very good. For whatever reason, sometimes the non-cut limestone sells more than the cut limestone because it's RS3 and RS3 prices. So I don't know with that one. Now, the final money-making method of the big three, which we're going to talk about and go through, is going to be blessing sand. Now, there's an item in Runescape 3, the Blessed Flask, which requires fine blessed sand. So we want to buy the extra fine sand here and then turn it into blessed sand. So the prices of this is definitely one you need to check out, because at times it doesn't work out for the profit. You need to make sure that you're getting things for the correct price and the lowest price possible in terms of the extra fine sand. And what we can do here is find out the price of the sand. So we just want blessed sand, 15k. So as you see, if we can get things for the prices they're saying on the Grand Exchange, it will be pretty decent, but that's bought quite below mid. So we're going to buy the sand for 11,000 coins, and then the extra fine sand is going to sell for 12.2k, which I don't think is as good as it could be. I think it could be better. It definitely can be better, but for the purpose of this method, we're just going to sort of run through it and show you guys how to do it. So we'll buy a couple of extra fine sand, and I think we can do this at any chapel. Normally I do it in the monastery, but I'm just going to check if we can do it in any form of chapel, just so it's not hidden behind like the level you need to get into the monastery. Because I'm sure you need like level 40 prayer or something to get into the upper layers of the monastery to get to the chapel. And this method is actually AFK. So once you get to the altar, it is pretty much AFK. So where you need to do this is a Sarah Domin altar, which I imagine Lumbridge is. So we'll soon find out anyway. So we're going to go to the Lumbridge church. If not, we'll go to the monastery afterwards. But the Lumbridge church just basically means you can do it anywhere. So can we bless it? Yes, we can. So as you see here, it's got the interface. I'm pretty sure the interface is up to 60 as well. And once you use it on the altar, it's going to give you a little bit of prayer XP. Not a lot, but a little bit. You need level 20 prayer to be able to bless the sand anyway. And then, yeah, you sort of just sit back and just let it crack on. Now, I think the Grand Exchange prices for this method are slightly off. Blessed sand, according to the wiki, is roughly about 7 mil profit per hour, and a great way to make AFK profit as well. Stonewall segments is roughly going to come in at 5.5 mil per hour. And as mentioned earlier on, the method of pyroclast, you're roughly looking about 5 mil every 24 hours, but there's nothing really you need to do to that as well. So yeah, those are going to be the 3 base methods which we're going to cover for new players. I'm going to go through the other method very, very quickly, just because I think it's worthwhile just saying. If you want a little bit of cash to buy these things, whether it's the extra fine sand, the pyroclast, and all the other stuff we've mentioned in the video, chickens. Chickens and rabbits in Burthorpe are some of the quickest ways for you to make cash. At the minute, chickens are probably quicker because they're better GP. What I would do if you're starting absolutely from scratch, do the rabbits because it's so much closer to the bank here. And then once you've done something like 200 to 300 rabbits, buy some magic no paper and then move to kill chickens. Rabbits are roughly about 1.5 mil per hour and chickens are 2.2 mil. So they're almost 50% better for GP. But if you are absolutely starting from zero, find a magic staff from either the trolls or go to Varrock and buy a staff for it. And then literally just kill rabbits. 200 to 300 will be enough starter cash to get going, with buying things like magic notepaper for the chickens, which will make things quicker. Or you can also buy some of the limestone bricks once you've done new foundation to get going. But I thought it'd be a good time to release a video like this, some really low level, entry level money making methods which still make pretty good GP for the requirements, for those new players who are coming over from Runescape leagues if you fancy to give the main game an actual crack. Again, if you are brand new to the channel, please make sure to hit that subscription button, please like the video, and if you've been sticking around for the channel for a little while as well, if you've got any suggestions on money making videos, type of content you want to see, or anything brand new you want me to bring to the channel, make sure to drop it down in those comment sections below. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.